get, say, a group of people, if the first line here could come up, we're going to do a little activity, if you don't mind. Stand in a line. All right, now let's do a volunteer. You don't want to do it. I'm too tired, I want to you check on stuff. Okay. Volunteers, let's get 10 people up here, if you'd like to. Stand in line, turn around and face the audience. All right, that's great. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to look at this idea of self-image psychology. I want you to position yourself in this line. I'm going to give you some ideas, and I want you to say, is this like me or not like me? And if this is really absolutely like you, I want you to stand at this end of the line. Okay? And if it's not like you, it's not like me at all. Stand at that end of the line. And anywhere in between. Okay? So let's try this out. Anywhere in between, where you think you belong. If you know some of these people, look at where they position themselves. Do you think they belong here? Okay. Here we go. Being cheerful and optimistic. If you're a really cheerful, optimistic person, where would you position yourself? Yeah, anywhere in between. Okay. And do you know these people? Do you think that's it? How you said?
No, I had to go right up. She wants me to go ahead.
Go further? Okay. All right, great. Okay, here's another one. Being very well organised. If you feel you know yourself to be where would you position yourself? Yeah. Well, let's say.
So how organised are you?
It doesn't really matter. And then position to the front of the line, end of the line. Okay. Where would you say that? All right, next one. Being a loyal friend. If you believe yourself to be a loyal friend, where would you position yourself? Is friendship really important to you? Okay. Very good. Being good at drawing. So you know yourself to be this. Now, were you born not being able to draw? Or do you think you learned it along the way? It's learned, right? Somewhere along the way. Somewhere along the way. Okay, another one. Being good at sports. You love sports, you're really good at it. Some sort of sport. Okay. Is that about, do you know these people? Someone needs to be further in. Okay. All right, that's it. That's great. Take a seat, guys. Give them a clap. Okay. So you see, we're talking self-image here. We get all of these ideas. Where do they come from? All of these ideas about what we're good at, not good at, so on and so forth. And you can see how we position ourselves according to how we know ourselves to be. So the thing is, this is where it comes from, you know, what people tell you along the way. So maybe, you know, those of you who aren't good at drawing, here's a likely scenario. Okay. You're 3 years old and you're in kindergarten. You love drawing. And you're like, drawing away. Yeah. And you're really excited. Maybe you love, you know, horses or something like this. You're drawing a horse and you go home and you show your big brother or sister. Say sister, right? She's 5 and she's an authority. Right? Look, I drew a horse, yeah. And your sister's like, it's not a horse, it's a scribble. You know, and you're like, oh, I can't draw. Sister told me. So you get this idea, I can't draw. From big sister.
It would be also though that to draw you had to sit still. That wasn't.
That's right. And your teacher's like, I'm sit still, and all of that sort of stuff. Yeah. So all of these ideas now a bit later, you get it when you're 7 and you're drawing something and you show your friend and it's like, oh, mine doesn't look like his. That kind of thing, so you get another experience. So we collate all these experiences and they form beliefs about what we are good at and not good at. Okay? That's the natural way that we learn. So the experiences we have, and sometimes they come in later in life as well. Sometimes sudden, really powerful emotional experiences, you feel like accidental hypnosis, boom, I can't do that, or I'm not good at that, or something like this happens. Okay? It forms an idea of what we can and can't do. The thing is, how we respond to those situations is really a big part of it. You know, so we get two people experiencing the same situation. One will carry the belief and one won't. You know, someone says something to two people, and it's whether or not you give sanction to it that it becomes part of your image of reality. I'm like that because they said that. Someone else might say, no, that's not true. So it depends on how you accept it. That makes a big difference. And then going on and talking to yourself about it over and over, it becomes a belief. So habitual thinking. Now, when we're working with young people, you might notice that there's a lot of habitual thinking that's not actually that positive or affirming. But the way it works is like this. If I can give you a model of how our mind works, okay, it's very much like an iceberg. You've probably seen this before. It's quite a common picture. And the idea is that we have the waterline. You see, I can draw. Got the waterline there. And what's above the waterline, what's below it, most people tend to think about 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot of thinking going on in our mind. But most of it is below the surface. It's under the surface, which is sort of subconscious. We're not aware of it. Okay? And so we're aware of the stuff that relates to the things that are happening in our immediate environment. The thing is, what is all of this thinking that's going on under the surface? Because that huge amount, like 88% of the thinking, I don't know where that number comes from, but most of the thinking that's really driving our behaviour, how good we are in the sports field, how good we are at drawing, how good we are as a friend, all of those kind of things, is under the surface. And it also influences our perception. So what is all of this thinking that's going on under the surface? Any ideas? What is all the thinking that's going on under the surface that we're not aware of most of the time? Sorry? It could be negative thinking, yeah. That's right, that's right. So our subconscious is like a storehouse of all of the ideas that we've developed along the way since we were since we were born, basically, but even actually before we were born, but coming through to now, this way. So all the attitudes you've developed, all the habits and beliefs and so on, all of that is really what's subconscious. So it's not like you get up in the morning and go, well, I'm a really outgoing person, and I'm good at sports, but I'm not good at science, and I can play guitar, can't play, that kind of thing. But you know how you are, okay? And so in a lot of ways, our subconscious is like our memory. It's wired in. That's how we know ourselves to be. It's all of the stuff under the surface that determines, as I said before, our behaviour. But it also influences our perception.